Okay. Yeah, no problem.
Hi, I'm Elizabeth MacLeod. I'm the author and illustrator of The Wild of Mystery Cards.
And I'm Sarah Sahota, and I'm a life artist.
And we're here today and we were like, okay, so what should we do today? What should we talk about? And we sat there and we were kind of blank in our minds, right? So I was like,
Yeah.
Why don't we just pull a card and see what happens? Because this is sometimes what happens when you're looking for guidance. You don't really know what you want or what you need. So what happens when you don't know what you want? So here we are. We're going to pull a card and we say we don't really know what we want. We just want to get some wisdom or some guidance or just feel something profound or something.
Well, there's so many things that we could talk about. It kind of gets lost. It's very much like life. There's so much we could be working on or looking at or delving into, but we get a little bit lost. So yeah, let's go to the cards.
Well, and sometimes too, it's like I go and I pull a card and there's nothing on my mind in particular. I just pull a card and I get the wisdom. I go, oh my gosh, that's so right on right now.
Yeah.
So let's just see what happens. See how it's validated, and this just shows you another way that you can use the cards.
Sounds good.
Or any tool that you're working with. So today I'm going to take them. They're right here like this. I'm just going to shuffle them a little bit, and that's all. And then I'm going to do it a different way. Today I'm just going to pick one like so. Oh, and we get the choice card. Okay, that's hilarious.
Oh, wow.
So because we were... Okay, so let's talk about the synchronicity of this because just as we were just saying, let's bring you in into the know here. We were sitting here and it's like, okay, what will be of service? What can we do? What will we talk about? We have a lot of choice. Here's the ideas that we have, and we're like, well, why don't we just start without the choice so that we can show them what it's like when you don't have something already on your
and then the cards made the choice for us.
Yeah, and so then choice comes up. It's really interesting. Yeah. It's like, well, you have a choice. And as you see, as I drew her, she's, her hands are in a position where she's going, do I do this or do I do this? So she's making a choice. And we always have a choice. That's why we're being asked. We always have a choice. Yeah. So we knew when we were doing this, oh my goodness, we have a choice of what to talk about. And we decided to go with a blank slate and look what comes up.
Well, I'm really excited about this because, we, as Liz just said, we just pulled, a few cards up just to kind of see what we wanted to talk about. And then we left it as a blank slate. And I said, oh, choice. Yeah, that'd be awesome. And then here it is.
Yeah. And then we totally shuffle the cards to make sure everything's, on a level playing field. Yeah. So we can't say we cheated or...
Yeah, we don't want to have anything planned.
Yeah, well, we're sort of a little bit planned, but we're not really...
Not scripted.
We just decide what we're going to talk about. But this time, right now, we were unsure. And so it's very interesting that this card comes up. I just turned over... This is the book that it comes with and the writing inside. And I just felt like looking inside it because it says, at one part, it says, dig into your depths. Don't be part of your tribe's demise by not allowing yourself to be present. Have the courage to face forward. Choose to exist in every cell of your being. So sometimes when you're not making a choice, you're sort of like, oh, well, I don't really have a say, or I don't really think I can, or, oh, my mind is blank. And all of that's fine. Yeah. But it's just, be sure that you're present in that. And delve deep into the ocean of your emotion and let it go. Clear the path to true seeing, so you can listen and learn, igniting from your very own wild and authentic decisions. This will contribute to karmic consciousness and responsible existence, thus co-creating, which was what we're all doing here, a thriving, passionate community within and around you. Because we're constantly being asked about choices and what we want to do with that, and that's why we're being asked.
Yeah, and we're always being given choice, and choice for me has a really deep place in my heart because I work a lot with the distinction choice. And choice is something that we do all the time, right? Like choose what we eat, choose when we sleep, choose who we hang out with, choose who we work with, we're choosing all the time on the superficial level. And then we're also choosing on different levels all the time. And some people get paralyzed by choice and look back and say, oh, well, I made the wrong choice. And I'm afraid to make the wrong choice. And something that's been coming up for me lately that's so important is the knowing that choice is choice. Mm-hmm. And to live responsibly means that's not bad, it's not wrong, there's not good choice or bad choice or one that didn't necessarily work for your life, because they all brought you to here. Mm-hmm. Definitely I made some choices that if I were going to look back, I could spend some time beating myself up a little bit. But I make the choice to be responsible for my choice and believe it led here.
And it's interesting, as you talk, I'm sort of being like, we didn't know really what we were going to talk about, so we made a choice to become a blank slate today. And in that, there's a lot of courage in not knowing. And I think sometimes we don't want to make a choice because we don't really know where we want to go. And maybe it's the wrong choice or whatever, you're doing. It takes a lot of courage to and to make choices. Now, some things are really easy. I'm going to eat an apple.
Yeah.
Easy. Or I'm going to go to work because, well, you have to go to work because you got to pay the rent.
Yeah.
But maybe you don't like work, but maybe you do have a choice around that.
Yeah.
But here we are sitting here, and I'm just struck by the courage that it takes to make a choice, because, there's so many things that can be involved in that, because you're afraid of what people are going to say about you. You're worried that
if it works out or not.
Exactly. If it works out or not.
If it fails.
What happens if I don't succeed and I have to do something different? And really, lessons are always happening. And I find the biggest mistakes I've made are actually the biggest beauties. Even my artwork, I used to paint little pieces of jewelry and with the images on them. And one day, by accident, some paint fell on one of the jewelry pieces, and it was a blue thing. And I ended up smudging, sponging it or smudging it, or there's a certain technique that I can't remember what you call it. Well, that ended up being something that I did over and over again, and it was a total mistake. And I allowed it to be there.
Yeah.
But it wasn't a choice I made. But the choice that happened was, I like that. I think I'm going to choose to use that now.
Yes.
And had I not allowed it to open, I would never have had that choice. So it's a very curious place to be. Also, she's in a ballet position. I think it's the third position. Is that right? Do you see her face? It's not the first one. The first one is, I can't remember in ballet. Is it behind by your heel or in forward?
I never
did. But she's in a position. And so it's like, when you think about it, and if you were reading the cards and you weren't really looking at the book and you didn't really know what it was about, you were looking at the picture, you could look and see her feet. It's another way to look at the cards. So she's chosen a position. So one of the reasons I think we sometimes have a hard time making a choice is we don't want to take a position on something, even though we could change it with another choice tomorrow or that moment even. So but in this picture, she's made a choice. Yeah. She's in a position. Yeah. But it doesn't mean you need to position yourself in that choice.
Yeah, the freedom to create and then create and then create and then choose and choose and choose, which can be really scary, right? Because if you choose something and then it doesn't work out the way you intended for it, and let's say your drop of paint didn't turn into beautiful artwork, then it takes courage to go back and choose again.
And choose again.
Without
and that's
the
all
conversation.
You have to do is choose again. And the interesting thing is, there's a little card that goes with the oils when you buy them all together. And choice is like, it's warrior and allowing. So it's your root chakra, which is survival.
Oh, of course it is, yeah.
And it's also your second chakra, which is, of course, creativity. Passion. Yes. All of that stuff. So it's very interesting when you look at choice from that perspective. Yeah. We're talking about the creativity aspect of our energetic system too. Yes. And we're also talking, if in the warrior position, then the warrior is here and the allowing is here. Red is the first one, orange is the second one, first and second chakra. Well, the first chakra is really about survival. And we just sometimes think, oh my God, I'm going to, if I make that choice, everybody's going to hate me. Oh! And then we go into that. Well, of course, it has an emotional survival about it. And so there's a lot attached to choice. So having this blank slate today, as we came in, it was sort of like opening ourselves to that sort of open place of judgment and maybe doing it wrong and not having it prepared in exactly the same way as we think we should, and having the courage to make a naked decision to do something different. And
and to be vulnerable, right? Like, for you who are watching this,
I need the warrior.
It occurs like we know what we're doing, probably.
Maybe. Maybe not.
Maybe it doesn't. But the choice to be vulnerable is a distinct choice
Yeah.
that says,
yeah.
I get that you can judge me, and I get that this could fail, and I get that you may not like it, and you may have things to say, and all of that, and to do it anyway.
You do it anyways, and that's what we did today. We wanted to show what happens when you don't know what you want from the cards you just sent. So you make a choice to do that without knowing. You make a choice to pick a card without really having anything specific on your mind. Or in any kind of healing modality that you do, you make a choice to meditate on, who knows, I'll just leave a blank slate. There are those different choices that you can make. So
And remember that life is choice, and you're never attached to any of the choices that you make any more than you say that you are. So you always have the freedom.
you always have the freedom.
Always have the freedom to make a new
We're
choice.
free!
Right?
Yeah.
Like we can do this today and something totally new tomorrow. So that is our choice, and what a freedom.
Yeah, it's a beautiful freedom. And so we're going to leave you with that freedom today. And we're going to say, make the choices that you want to make in your life, knowing that all of them are the right choices, whether they're naked or whether they're covered in all sorts of other things that come with them. And, good luck.
Yeah, wherever you're afraid to choose, just go out and do that today.